Hi, everyone, and welcome. Tonight we have a very special topic, something that is very important to all of us here because we've started this journey of healing. We want to share this with a lot of our friends. And sometimes we see our friends and see that they're suffering, and then we're like, I want to help them. And I don't want them to think that it's just too difficult. So anyway, Cheryl Harris is here to talk us through this so that it's not so overwhelming. So Cheryl and I live in Florida. Cheryl is a silver wellness advocate, and she has been using essential oils for a long time. And also we've been talking about a lot of emotional and spiritual healing as well. So you'll see that in her presentation. So guys, make sure you invite your friends and make sure you catch the recording of this and share it with all the people that you know, okay? So without further ado, I'm going to turn the time over to Cheryl. Go ahead, Cheryl.
All right. Thank you, Jade. Okay, so I am excited to share this class with you. So it's the first steps to true healing. And I am going to, kind of share with you what I wish I had known about healing so that I could have avoided some unnecessary issues in my life. All right, so do you sometimes feel stuck or sick and tired, I guess is first, like you can't move forward or make progress with your wellness? Do you feel stuck? Oh, well, that was stuck. I'm already fumbling over my words here. We'll go back to sick and tired. Do you feel sick and tired of being sick and tired? And then do you feel stuck sometimes, or have you? And let's see, how about, do you feel mentally drained, or have you sometimes felt that way? Have you had like brain fog, or you can't find solutions? You just mentally can't think of solutions? Physically drained, like absolutely no energy or little energy to do more than just the bare minimal that needs to be done. Hopeless. Have you felt hopeless? Do you feel that healing is impossible or helpless? That healing is too complicated, or discouraged because you've tried many things and nothing really has brought you positive changes? Have you felt resigned, like just accepting that this is your lot in life and that you're not going to be able to get better? How about apathetic? I wouldn't imagine that anybody that is listening to this at this time has that feeling at the moment, because when you have apathy, that means that you have no interest in, or you're not even concerned about your wellness. And I can tell you that there was a time in my life when I felt that. So I completely understand that one. How about fragmented? Do you feel like you're isolated or not complete? So if you answered yes to any of these, I hope you'll hear or feel something that will inspire you to take the first steps to true healing that I'm about to share with you. I hope what you'll learn is that you're designed to heal and to be whole, and that it's possible, and that true healing doesn't have to be complicated or mysterious even. So how can we learn to overcome these things? So I kind of put them in 4 easy steps, categorized them in 4 easy steps. So the first one is to recognize that you have a need to heal. The second is to have a desire to heal. The third is to take actions to heal. And the fourth is to create a community. Okay, so for the first step, which is to recognize the need to heal, I just want to share a story with you. So many years ago, when I was a young single mama of 4 kids, all under the age of 8, I had bought this jalopy of a car, and it was definitely on its last leg when I bought it. But I was grateful to have transportation. It wasn't long before the AC went out. Um, and this conveniently happened just before the heat of the humid Florida summer began. I did my best to remain grateful, but it was absolutely miserable. I froze containers of water to take with us to keep us cool while we were in the car. And of course, we drove with the windows down. So the wind whipped and tangled my hair. I was a hot mess when I arrived at our destinations, always. We had several other issues with the car, like transmission going out and major oil leak, but somehow we survived that summer. And eventually I got a brand new car with a working air conditioner. So something I did not expect to happen when we got this new car was that we preferred not to turn the AC on. It was too cold when I turned on the AC, and the kids would beg for me to roll down the windows and turn the AC off. And what had happened is we had gotten comfortable with our discomfort. The reason I share this story with you is because I think we can become comfortable in our discomforts where our physical and mental and spiritual health is concerned as well. I was pretty much a sickly child, but I didn't even know it. I suffered from allergies and chronic bronchitis and even kidney and urinary tract infections. And I guess I just accepted these discomforts as part of my life. As I grew older, the symptoms got worse. I developed exercise and allergy-induced asthma and other new symptoms that they couldn't figure out what was going on. I had tumors in my uterus and thyroid disease symptoms and even TMJ. The doctors would put me on meds that required more meds to offset the negative side effects of those meds. Basically, I was a mess, and I eventually got sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I knew something had to change. I started trying new things, new holistic things. I began to refuse to use prescription medications that caused me to have side effects that I then had to use more prescription medicines to offset. I started paying closer attention to what I ate and how it affected me. And I started reading self-help books on emotional wellness and healthy eating and the works. So in a nutshell, I recognized the need that I had to heal, and I was no longer comfortable in my discomfort. I wanted to change, and I wanted something better for my life. So my journey to healing has been in the making for a long time now. I can say that I've been searching for solutions and with much trial and error for over half of my life. And I feel that I've finally figured out that true healing can be simple if we just know where to start. So let me start by asking you this question. Are you comfortable in your discomfort? So the second step is to have a desire to heal. So if you're ready to move on, you will have a desire to heal. So let's look at what a healing looks like. So no aches and pains, healthier hair and skin, better sleep, more energy, mental clarity, good memory recall, emotional stability, better relationships with self and others. We may wonder how that fits into true healing, but those are side effects right there. Success in setting and reaching goals, financial success, peace and joy.
So everyone should be ready to let go of the comfortable, the discomfort, right? And want all of these things.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So can you let yourself have a desire for these things? Um, I remember when I got to that point, I wanted that. So uh, there's an oil that can help us with that. So eucalyptus is great for to help us to get started. It's the oil of wellness, and what wellness means is being whole, empowered, and repaired. And this oil reminds us that our body is intelligent and knows how to heal. So the third step, and this is where the work begins, this is to take action. So there's quite a lot in this section for us to go through. So I've narrowed it down to 4 areas. So take action in our physical healing, excuse me, our emotional healing, healing the heart, and releasing limitations. So now I'm going to present to you some of the things that I wish that I had known early on in my wellness journey. I wish that I had understood the importance of being mindful of ourselves and of my cells or ourselves. I'm talking to you guys, and that we all should be mindful of ourselves and the important role that they play in our body. And they are truly the foundation of physical wellness. Healthy cells create healthy tissue creates healthy organs, and healthy organs create a healthy body. I've learned that keeping our cells clean is an important part of caring for ourselves. And one of the first things I did when I started learning about this is to do away with toxic products in my life. So the first thing I did was start reading labels and getting rid of the toxins, the unnecessary toxins that I was putting on my body. Our body absorbs these things that are in like our hair care products and our lotions, and especially the scented ones. Fragrances, artificial fragrances are very toxic to our cells, and hormone disruptors and all that. So I love that doTERRA has a way to replace toxic personal care products with a much healthier version. So here's a few of my faves. They have hair care. This is just one of 3 different types of hair care products that they have. They have facial care systems, and this is one of a couple. They have a whole spa line with soaps and lotions and scrubs and the works, and they have oral care as well. So it's quite easy with doTERRA to replace those toxic things that are disrupting our cells and clean that up. So getting rid of the toxic cleaning products in my house was another thing that I did. And again, doTERRA has provided us with some options there as well. Avoiding chemical-laden processed foods. That is a huge thing. And it amazes me that there are so many foods out there that have chemicals that are known to be hazardous to our health in higher amounts, but yet they're still in our food, and they've got to be affecting our cells in some way. I can't emphasize enough to drink lots of water. Our cells need lots of water to be able to function and be cleansed the way that they're meant to. I've heard a lot of people say, oh, if I drink too much water or the amount that they recommend, then, I'm always going to the bathroom. And for me, I feel like that's an inconvenience that I'm willing to have, just for the health and the sake of the sake of my health and the health of my cells. And we can use detoxing essential oils in our water to help cleanse our cells as well. And so here's just a few that I really like: lemon and grapefruit and lime, wild orange, tangerine. And then I'm adding our new oil blend, which is MetaPower, to the list of oils that I love for detoxing and cleansing my cells. Okay. So another thing is that I've learned is about feeding the cells. So it's so important to choose to eat whole and healthy foods. Much of the food that we get, by the time we get it, has lost a lot of its nutrients. And so it's important that, we are able to supplement that with high quality supplements like doTERRA's Lifelong Vitality. We can also use the nutrition line, which has protein and fiber and greens. We can use these even to replace a meal. But we want to make sure that we're eating, again, as much whole and healthy foods as we possibly can in their natural state, because these do our cells so much good. They're going to, food is important. So the next part is protecting the cells. So again, food is important. The first thing is eat foods that are rich in antioxidants. We love blueberries. I love blueberries. I feel very blessed. We have 12 blueberry bushes in our backyard. So for 4 months out of our year, we get these very rich and antioxidant fruits that we get to enjoy. We also have blackberries, and but just being mindful of the foods that you're eating, that they're going to, they play a role in protecting ourselves. So you can use essential oils that have antioxidant properties like DDR prime, clove, thyme, rosemary, and yarrow palm. We can use more high quality supplements. Well, Alpha CRS is actually in the Lifelong Vitality Pack, but this supplement has been specifically designed to help with our cellular function. So that's a really good one to use to protect the cells. And then Mito2 Max, that gives our cells some energy so that they can work better, but plus it gives us energy when our cells have energy. And doTERRA Greens. This is a whole food source of essential nutrients and antioxidants that are really great for protecting the cells. I love using the greens when I feel like the meal that I'm eating is maybe not as balanced as I would like for it to be, and it doesn't have, a fuller portion of, vegetables. So I will just mix up some greens and use that as a supplement with that meal. And then my body is always super happy after I've done that, because it's getting what it needs. So the last thing in this section about the physical healing is just showing more love to your body. It's important that we get up and we move. Movement is vital. If we're sluggish, then our cells are going to be sluggish. So we need to move. And I'm going to share just a few oils that I like to use that help me in these few areas that I have left in this section. Motivate is one of them. I love this oil for the way that it feels on my skin. It's almost like and as it works through my body, it helps me feel this energy, like I want to get up and move, and I want to get things done and do things. So that's a really great one. Spending time outside and breathing in the fresh air. This is so important for our physical healing and wellness. The sunshine does the body good. For me, it recharges me, and I get so much energy when I spend a little bit of time each day. And I like to use breathe when I'm going outside. I feel like it opens up my airway so I can get more oxygen in. I can take that in, and I'll put it on my chest and on the middle of my back. And of course, our cells need lots of oxygen to be able to function well. So this is a really good thing to use when you're outdoors, and when you're moving as well. So create healthy sleep habits and routines. I like to use the Serenity gel caps and Serenity oil. I like to take a warm bath, an Epsom salt bath, and use that. I sometimes use lavender and other oils as well. These are just a few, but just to help me to wind down from the at the end of the day. A few other things that I would suggest as you're creating healthy sleep habits. And again, sleep is so important to our overall health, that we need to take the time to create these habits and routines. But I would suggest, having a cutoff time of eating so that when you do get ready to go to bed, you're not going to be woke up because your body is, or your organs are working to digest that food, and then they've got to do something with it while you're sleeping, so that can wake you up. So you have to go to the bathroom more often. I also recommend that you try and do activities that are calming. And I would say that scrolling through your phone, on social media, or watching the news are not calming activities. So those are just some suggestions, some things that I've learned firsthand that I've omitted so that I can get better sleep. And then work on positive thinking. Positive thinking plays a huge role in our physical healing. If we could just wake up in the morning and start our day out with some positive affirmations and thinking, I promise you'll have more energy and be more productive. But if we wake up feeling, just negative about the day, our body's going to respond to that. Positive or negative, it affects our body. So some oils I like to use are bergamot and clary sage. Does anybody want to add anything to this section about physical healing? Okay, we will just move on.
Mhm.
So the next section is about what I wish I knew about emotional healing. All right, so understanding that our emotional health is completely linked to our physical health has been a great blessing in my life. It's a bit more of an in-depth topic, so I'm not really going to go deep on this. I'm really just going to mention a few things that I've learned that have really helped me to heal at an emotional level. And learning that emotions can be pretty much summed up as fear-based emotions or faith-based emotions has simplified how I process my emotions now. So with fear, we understand that fear is a dark energy resulting from negative beliefs and thoughts. And that fear-based emotions have a low vibration. So when we're vibrating at a lower level, we are more susceptible to illnesses and diseases. So that dark energy, those negative beliefs and thoughts, and that lower vibration is almost a concoction for illness. So, but fear is not always, it's not our enemy, so to say, when we use it as feedback to find out where we currently are on our journey. So when I say this is feedback, it helps us to see where we need to put some effort into looking deeper into our emotions. And like I said, I'm not going to cover too much on that. So fear is also a push energy. So what I mean by a push energy is that it's used to, well, an example would be it's used to manipulate, to get ourselves or other people to do something that we want them to do. We see this a lot, as parents. I know I grew up in this kind of a cycle, I guess, where there was a lot of manipulation to try and get me to kind of do what they wanted me to do, or and I've used it on my kids as well. It never brings about what is it?
Like it doesn't help with empowerment.
Consistent. I'm sorry.
It doesn't help with empowerment of individuals.
Right. It doesn't do that. And the results from these kind of this kind of energy is never lasting. It's usually just a temporary thing. So again, we see it used by leaders of countries to get their people to do what they want them to do. And we see it used in the media to kind of gear people in a certain direction. But it's not good. So on the other hand, faith is the antidote to fear. So this is faith. Faith dispels darkness because it is light and truth. And faith-based emotions have high vibrations. So when we're vibrating higher, we are less likely to be affected by viruses and diseases. And faith is a pull energy. So this one is kind of like beckoning energy that's filled with love to help us to move in a direction that is positive and beneficial to us. This is not manipulation at all, or force or anything like that. It's just a gentle pull that helps us to desire more and to want to do better and to be better. So what's next? So I highly recommend taking the Energy Balancing with Faith course with Jade. This has been such a blessing in my life. And this is where you're going to go a lot deeper. You're going to acknowledge feelings. You're going to talk about feelings. You're going to feel your feelings and let them pass through you. You're going to weed out false beliefs that are the roots of your emotions and are the negative emotions. And then you're going to let go of fear-based emotions that no longer serve you. Okay. And Jade, did you want to add anything there?
No, you did great. I'm excited for people who are interested in this. Guys, you will naturally get to the point where you want to heal emotionally. So your body, as it heals, it'll allow you to have the strength to want to heal on an emotional level. So don't worry too much, because there's people that might be new here, might think, oh my gosh, I just want to feel better. I just don't want to hurt anymore physically. But as you feel better physically, your whole energy will want to actually heal on the emotional level. So you'll get here naturally, okay? Yeah.
Yep, I love that. Thank you, Jade. All right, so this is, I'm going to be talking a little bit about what I wish I knew about healing the heart. This one I'm still working on. And so, Jade, if you want to help me with this, I will be forever grateful. I'll go ahead and go through the things that I've come up with, but I now understand about my heart compass, and how when I am in tune with my heart compass, it will lead me to be able to find better or greater joy and healing in my life. As little kids, they are so good about, kind of leading with their heart compass. They haven't learned to override their heart intuition.
Whoa, drugs, drugs.
Oops. By their, over run their heart by their head. So what I've learned through the energy balancing course with Jade is that we should lead with our heart and feel it with our gut, confirm it with our gut, and then our head will be able to put it all together and make sense of it. And I know now that this is a very important part of healing, is being able to recognize those things that we feel in our heart that we may need to change in our lives, or whatever it is. Okay, so, and along with that goes surrendering our will. So as we let go of our stubbornness to hold on to these things in our lives that are holding us down or keeping us from reaching our full potential. And I know I'm going to be talking about limitations soon too, but I feel like we limit ourselves when we fail to surrender our will to God. We can heal from trauma much easier when we have God as our helper in that, and we're aligned with Him. Our heart heals as we identify false beliefs, and then we let go of the false beliefs, and then we become open to the divine directives that we're giving. And after all of this, we're able to better create with God the life that we were meant to create, the life that we desire. We'll have more wholeness and healing as we create that life with God. Okay. And Jade, did you want to add anything?
Are we going to share some oils there?
Yes, we are.
Yeah. Okay.
So, okay. So, to help with opening our heart and surrendering our will and all that good stuff, rose is the oil of divine love, and this is the highest vibrational oil of all the oils, and it can elevate our spirit and lift us out of darkness and despair, and it can help open our hearts and soften even hardened hearts. I love rose oil. And for a long time, I went through several bottles of the roller balls of it, just, trying to get my vibration up so that I can feel God's love, and so that I can share God's love and heal. And it's so good for the skin too. So just FYI. Geranium is the oil of love and trust, and it encourages us to love ourselves and trust our God-given inner light and intuition so that we can better trust our heart compass to lead us forward. And then magnolia, it's the oil of motherly compassion. And this oil helps us close the self-imposed gaps that separate us from each other. And it reminds us that our heart is strong enough when connected to God to get past hurts and pains that we may have experienced in life. And I love this quote. It says, when you intentionally make the expression of love a part of your daily practice, that is feeling, receiving, and giving love, not only do you boost your immune system, but you begin to understand that the more you feel love, the more you become love. And when you become the embodiment of love, you can change the world. And I feel like that's kind of what we're trying to do. We're healing so that we can make a difference.
Yeah. So can I add something to this, Cheryl?
Yes, please.
You know how there's so much contention and intolerance in the world? Well, it all boils down to these people. They don't know themselves, they don't love themselves, and they're not patient and tolerant of themselves. And when they're that hard on themselves, they're very harsh on other human beings, right? Because if they were kind and loving and heart-filled with divine love, they can see the goodness in others. They can see that people are trying and they're doing their very best. Maybe they've missed the mark, but you have this patience about you to feel like they're going to figure it out, right? And we don't need to be so harsh and critical and cruel.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you, Jade. All right. And so the next part of what I wished I'd known about true healing is about self-imposed limitations. Okay, and so I've used some quotes to help me get through this section. So the first one is, it's not who you are that holds you back, it's who you think you are not. And when I read this quote, I think about how we sometimes compare ourselves to other people. And that's not good for us. We were never meant to be somebody else. We were only meant to be ourselves. I'm trying not to get emotional here. Some of these hit a chord because I can think back on the day when I spent way too much time comparing myself to other people and thinking because of that I wasn't enough. And when we do this, we are limiting ourselves to what we can become and who we can become. So no comparing, that is limiting. Okay, so speak positive words into your life every single morning. Think big, think healing, think success, think peace, think happiness, think growth mindset, and always start the day with positive energy. You deserve it. And this is just a reminder that positive thinking helps us to become limitless. When we go into negative mode, it prevents us from receiving all the good things in life that we were meant to receive. If we just feel that attitude of gratitude and we think and look for the positive in the world. And this one, when you learn to see the lesson in every situation, things don't affect you the way they used to. You begin to grow through everything you go through. You start shifting your energy to create what you want, and you stop worrying about what you cannot control. This one struck a chord with me too, because I can remember a time when I had a victim mentality, where I allowed the things that happened in my life to control what I thought I could do. I mean, it's so limiting when you have a victim mentality. We're all victors. We're all meant to be victors. And it's just a matter of taking those experiences that we have that are hard and using them to propel us forward, to help us to grow and to become what we're meant to become what we want to become, and letting go of the things that we can't control. And there's a lot of things we can't control, but we can certainly control how we react to a situation, how we see a situation in our lives. And the more that we allow that situation to make us feel like victims, that affects our overall health as well. It's binding. It doesn't free us to become everything that we're destined to be. This one I really enjoyed too. It's not through healing that you will love yourself, but it's through loving yourself that you will heal. I can almost remember the shift that I had when I decided to start loving myself. The day that I started to learn to love myself is the day that I allowed my Savior Jesus Christ into my life, because I had blocked him out for so long. And I can tell you this, that when I did that, that was a self-love thing for me to do, because there were people around me who thought I was foolish or didn't understand why I was making this decision to be a disciple of Jesus Christ. But it was because I learned to love myself, because this is what my heart desired. And through that, I know that I can heal. I can have true healing in my life. It's a very important component. And I know that every single person that is listening to this and those who are not are all divine children of God, and that Jesus is your Savior as well. And then this quote here: the most radical act in a sick society is to heal yourself and then gently help others to heal too. I just love that, because that's exactly how I feel, and that's exactly what I want to do. I want to be a little bit radical, and tell you the truth about healing, because this is the truth about healing. And it's not hard. I mean, it's not complicated. It's simple, but it does take work, and it does take submitting your will, and all these other things. Okay, so the next one is step 4. So create a community.
Hang on, Cheryl, sorry. Does anybody want to share anything? Those are amazing, beautiful quotes. Did you feel, sorry, Cheryl, did you feel any inspiration, or did you feel moved to share anything?
I just feel the same, Cheryl. Like, I just think it's such a profound thing to embark on a journey of healing ourselves and then turn around and do it for others. or help others do it for themselves. That's really what it is. And I think that's what we're meant to do. So yeah, that I feel that every day, even though sometimes doubt and fears jump in, I have to look back and remember all the time, all the things that have helped me heal, including, well, always rooted in faith in Jesus Christ. And then the way that I've been able to turn around and kind of point the direction for other people. So yeah, thank you so much for that reminder. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Okay. So the fourth step is to create a community. So why do you think creating a community is an important step to true healing? Does anybody want to try and answer that? No wrong answers.
I'll pipe in again because this has been really loud and clear for me this past year that we're not meant to be here and do this alone, and that we are stronger together. Stronger together because we create a movement, but also the strength that I feel from our community is kind of what upholds me and keeps pushing me along. So I'm super grateful for that.
Yes, I completely agree. I am so grateful for that as well.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
I was just
Go on, Lucy. Yeah.
Just reiterating what Debbie said, but also it's just critical when you're going through change to have support, because you're going to have ups and downs, and like this community, my soul sisters, that's what gets you through everything, because it's such there's no judgment, there's understanding, and when you slip back, it's okay. You just keep moving forward. And that community is everything.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you, Lucy.
Yeah, beautiful. Teresa, go ahead.
I agree completely. I would never have gotten to this point in my journey without my soul sisters. The sisterhood gives us strength, gives us support, gives us encouragement, and gives us a place in a community. And we help each other. I guess that's everything.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Yeah, we're empowered together. So, So empowered people empower people. That's what I just love about our community here, and the communities that we can create within our family as we use these tools to help heal ourselves and to help others heal. I am so grateful that I have found a community. That is not something that I've always had or felt part of. And so this is just such a great blessing. And so thank you all for being here and being part of this community. So I have a few oils that that I think are great for supporting this whole community vibe thing. So Harvest Spice is the oil of gathering, and this oil has been coming up for me for months as I do an ITOV scan, and I just absolutely love it. And this blend, it helps us to feel comfortable and excited as we celebrate gatherings together and making memories. And for me, it reminds me that I'm loved and supported by my community. Cedarwood, it's the oil of community and connection. And sometimes we may feel different or separated from the others. But using this oil can remind us to connect with others and to understand that that connection is for our happiness and fulfillment. And then there's marjoram, and this is the oil of connection to community. It assists us with feeling more comfortable and forming close relationships, and it helps us move away or remove the fear of rejection. And then the last one I was inspired to put on here, but I really don't know exactly what it's for. So Jade is going to help share what that one is all about.
So you guys, the new oil is guaiac wood. Okay, guaiac wood is the oil of endurance and patience. All right, so it's like enduring and patiently moving forward together. It's the oil, this oil is also known as sacred wood or holy wood, but it actually, it helps calm the nerves, making it safe for you to release emotional pains with each other, and invites us to patiently dissolve the disharmony as our mind receives clarity and wisdom, okay? And with this new clarity, you can begin to be more, create more order and healing in all the areas of your life. Yeah. So I'm going to post information on this oil soon, but it's sort of like sandalwood and cedarwood, got married, had a baby that is super amazing.
I love it. Oh, I can't wait to have that to refer to. Thank you, Jade. All right, so here's just a review of the 4 steps to true healing. All right. So the first is to recognize that you have a need to heal. So stop being comfortable with your discomfort. The second step is to have a desire to heal. Want more for your life, and don't settle for the mediocre health or even your wellness. Want more. Okay, and then the third step is to take action. So we're going to clean ourselves, we're going to feed ourselves and protect ourselves, we're going to love our body, we're going to eat intuitively and move our body and get outside, get good sleep routines and think positively. We're going to pay attention to our emotions and feel them and heal them. We're going to work on following our heart compass and let go of self-imposed limitations. And then the fourth step is to create a community, as we just talked about. It's fresh in our minds, a community that we can all help heal together, body, mind, and spirit. So I have an invitation for you, and that invitation is to decide to heal, to join our community, to open a doTERRA wholeness account, wholesale account if you don't have one, so that you can enjoy all the benefits of the oils that have been mentioned and the products that can help you detox or have non-toxic options in your life. And then start healing with daily habits today. So that's my invitation to you. And when you start taking care of yourself, you start feeling better, you start looking better, and you even start to attract better. It always starts with you. So take real good care of yourself. And that is the end of my presentation. Would anybody like to make any comments or add to anything that I've said or Jade said?
I caught the end of it, that's all, and it was wonderful. And I'm going to heal now.
Yes, you will, Ginger.
Yes, I will.
we've got this recorded so you can actually rewatch it.
Yes, I will.
Yes, it's beautiful, because it's one of those classes that you could send to your friends who are just barely started on this journey, right? And they just need help to see where they could just start. Yeah,
I'm going to send it to my neighbor right now.
yeah, that's beautiful. Anybody else?
I was thinking the same thing, just that it's a really good class to get people to start thinking along new lines and understanding that they have the power to change. And it's just one step at a time.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Deb. Nancy?
Yeah, I was just going to add, and it's, adding on to what I was saying before, one of the beautiful side effects of this healing process is really discovering who you are, your talents, like just from my own personal experience, I had lost sight of a lot of those things. And through my healing journey, I've rediscovered what those talents are. And I think everyone does. And then those talents then become a strength to others, and theirs become a strength to you. It just gets richer and richer and deeper. It's just incredible.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I think Ginger, you're sharing your
No.
screen. Alrighty, guys, I'm going to stop the recording now. Here we are. Thank you so much, Cheryl.